Welcome back to another episode with PixelWeb. We're going to continue on this topic of the 200 plus ranking factors that Google uses to determine the position of a website within the search engines. So today's topic is going to be keywords in the top level domain name. Now, in the past, people would purchase very specific keyword phrases. And what is this? This is when a person's going to go to Google itself and they're going to type out a phrase within the search field of Google. And that phrase would generally be a regular spoken language phrase, like New York real estate. So somebody would probably, a website owner would probably want to purchase a domain that has at least some of those keywords within the domain name itself. So let's say real estate in New York, or New York real estate, or NY real estate, some variation of that. In the past, that used to be a huge ranking factor because obviously it sent a signal to Google that your website was dedicated to that specific topic. Now, it doesn't hold as much value as it used to, but it still does hold some value. Now, the difficulty is that pretty much all good short domain names have already been purchased. So now you have to start getting creative when it comes to buying a domain name and trying to figure out how you can get a variation of the keywords or phrases within the URL itself, the top level domain, without it being too long, because anything over 15 characters, even 18 characters is just a little bit too long for a domain name. So now the keyword and phrases in the domain name, the top level, is still somewhat important, just not as much as it used to be. So if you have the chance to buy a domain that has your keywords in it, and it sounds memorable, easy to remember, and it's something that makes sense, then go ahead and do it. But if you can't buy the domain with the exact keyword or phrase, it's not as big of a deal. You can still rank your website well within the search engines if you do everything else that Google really considers to be important, if you do those correctly, again, which is well-coded website, quality content on a consistent basis. That's the fundamentals. So this topic, we covered the top level domains and keywords within those domains and the relevancy. Is it relevant? Yes, to an extent, not as much as it used to be. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed this episode on where we're continuing the conversation about Google's 200 ranking factors when determining the position of a website within the search engine. Stay tuned to the series because we're going to continue to go into the known and speculated ranking factors that Google uses. See you next time.